Hello and welcome back to the channel for another video. Don't Hug Me I'm Scared has made its way to TV after a few years of silence, and a few years after its pilot was seen and never officially released, and was even scrapped. It's been a strange process to get where we are now, but the TV series is out in the world. If you haven't seen the web series it's based upon, I recommend watching that first. But even with that in mind, I don't think it would have prepared me for the series, honestly, for how bizarre it is. Maybe I should have watched the series first and then the TV series, and then maybe I would have been prepared, but I don't think so. Before we talk about the series and what I think of it, I've been covering it for a while now. One video on what happened to the series and when it was announced that it was happening, and also a now private reaction to the webseries video which was on another channel. If you do go on to enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe as it helps the algorithm. The series is pretty true to the web series, just on a larger scale with a longer runtime. I'm not going to spoil what happened in the series, but there's definitely songs and all the stuff you'd imagine would be in a series of Don't Hug Me I'm Scared. You took what you thought it would be and put it on a larger scale, that's probably what you're going to get. My expectations were certainly outdone. It does seem though as if the original pilot, or webseries as it's often referred to, being abandoned was a good idea for a few reasons. The settings are different. For example, Clay Hill, the setting of webseries, was a neighbourhood and a whole community outside, and just so much more. Whereas the series that was released was set in the same house from the series. Well, not entirely, but largely. Not the entire time, but you'll see that if you watch the series. And if you've already seen the series, then you know what I'm talking about. The series also has a really nice theme song too. It's very catchy, and once you'll hear it, you'll sing along every time when the intro plays. Speaking of the abandoned pilot, the Clay Hill reference is one of many references to past events and characters in the TV series. There's even videos online about some of them already, if you want to check that out. I'm sure that Matt Pat and Film Theory will make a video about sometime, and there's others that are very subtle that I didn't spot either that I've seen in other videos. It's always nice to see things like that, nods back to the YouTube series for example, and past characters and things like that to kind of show fans that it's not being forgotten about. It also makes it so you can make your theories and give them some backing up with certain references if you see fit, like, oh, I think X happened and this reference here means that it did or it didn't, or gives it some weight, that kind of thing. I actually reacted to the first 2 episodes of the TV series, and I released them on my channel Marzi Discovers, which will be in the description, but they both got blocked in like 4 different countries I think. Places like the UK and some surrounding areas. Which is fair enough, to be honest. You can stream it in the UK, so having it freely on YouTube is a bit strange. It would negatively affect the chances of it getting another season by Channel 4, as the YouTube figures wouldn't play into the streaming figures at all, and also Channel 4 wouldn't get any revenue or anything from that. I also think it might be on TV in the UK, not 100% sure. Places like Australia don't have a place to watch it outside of YouTube though, unfortunately, so it's lucky that we and other places can watch it on YouTube. But if it were to be shown on TV here, then I definitely give it some viewership and hope that maybe the international market giving it some eyes would help it get another series. I really hope that it gets another series, by the way, because the ending definitely leaves you hoping that they create more. It's open-ended, but it's also enough that you could probably theorize about the rest of it for the rest of time, but I do hope they make more because I want to see where it goes, you know. It could go on forever, really. I was speaking before about it getting international broadcast, and I'd watch it if it was on over here. I don't know if it will air overseas anywhere or here in Australia. I don't actually know what station it would even fit on, maybe like Adult Swim in the US or something. In fact, I'm surprised that it really fit in anywhere in the world, because it's not something that you'd expect to see on TV. Although things like South Park and that do exist, so maybe. It's something that you would expect the depths of the internet to produce, which they did. You know, it started on YouTube, started on Kickstarter, and then went to YouTube, and now it's on TV. There is another series. I imagine they'd be able to crowdfund another one, as they were able to crowdfund a few episodes, and so now that it has the massive following it does, I'd imagine that they'd be able to keep doing it if they wanted to. The show is as bizarre as you'd imagine, if not even more bizarre, which I kind of said before, you know, but it's just Strange, very strange. It's not a bad thing though, as I would highly recommend it. There'll be links in the description to some of the episodes as well if you want to watch them on YouTube. Hopefully they haven't taken them down. As a fan of the series, I was worried about the transformation to TV and how it might lose its charm or something like that. As a lot of things do when they change forms of media, they sometimes lose their charm with a bigger budget or something. But that isn't what happened here with Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. The creators stuck to what they knew best and handled it with care. Don't know if this would have happened if they went down the route that Webseries was going, although I'd definitely be interested in seeing Webseries. I have seen some conversation about the chances of Webseries coming out, but personally I'd say that there's next to no chance as it's not canon anymore, and they deleted the trailer from their channel. As it was seen as a pilot, I do wonder how similar the whole series would have been compared to what we got in the end, as I'd imagine with the pilot they would have had the series planned out with the Webseries setting, like a whole series put in Clay Hill that we haven't got to see yet, or will never see, should I say. Certainly theories that can be made about Webseries and its contents or what have been seen of it, given the phone footage from the Sundance Film Festival in 2019. Maybe Webseries will forever be lost media though. And as I said, I know that clips exist, but unless there's a high quality version released, I'm not counting on it actually getting a proper release. And I don't count the Sundance phone clips as high quality, or even if it was fully recorded, I'd still say it's lost media. I started my YouTube journey covering things like this, web series and oddities, and to cover something like this is a bit of a throwback for me. If you like things like this, there's a whole bunch of videos around about me talking about web series and all that kind of stuff. And if you're interested, there'll be links in the description to playlists about Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, about the show, and me reacting to the show if that's something that interests you. The playlist is about before the show, before the TV series happened, and the playlist about reacting is me reacting to the first 2 episodes so far. If there's enough interest, I'll do the others. I've already recorded the 3rd, but I haven't edited it. Thanks for watching, have a nice day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and peace.